What's up, y'all? It's currently 11:02 on Thursday, July 31st. It's day three. Day three so far. Today we got legs and back. Gonna be a pretty good workout today. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into the stretches now. Alright, with doing legs today, we're gonna start off with the squats on the Bowflex machine. But before we get into that, gotta do my moment. I don't remember if I said moment of inspiration, moment of motivation, but moment of motivation sounds better. The moment of motivation for the day is be the light in the darkness. Even if you're going through a storm, always try to project positivity to positively impact others. And same the other way around. If you see that, even if you like in a household that's full of darkness, what I mean by that, if like you're not in a good household situation, still be the light within that household. You don't gotta fall into that category of just continuing negativity with more negativity. So motivation for the day is be the light in the darkness. But I warmed up my shoulders, I guess for back. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and warm these legs up. It's crazy because I said I was gonna plan like what topics I was gonna talk about with each video, did not end up doing that. So I'm gonna have to think of something before I actually get into doing like the actual squats and stuff. So it's just not just a vid of me talking about nothing for real. These right here, stretch out your hamstrings. Open up my hips. But anyways, I hope everyone watching this video done had a great day or is having a great day. I woke up a little bit later than I normally do, but still having an amazing day. Blessed to be able to wake up, so. Any day you're able to wake up, it's a great day. Oh yeah, I did mention that I was gonna get a tattoo. I had a tattoo appointment yesterday, so I guess I'll go ahead and show you that now. Hopefully y'all can see that good. Got that, and it's a kind of a combo tat with this one. So this way it says Saint, and then you read it upside down. It says center. To explain these tattoos, this one right here pretty much like stating that no matter how much I want to project as a saint, at the end of the day, we're all born sinners. I'm a born sinner. I'll probably sin every day. So that's just a way of, I feel like it's a good way to spark a conversation about my Lord and Savior. Because if somebody see that, they're gonna be like, Saint, what you saying, you're a saint? Nope. But like, I can project as a saint, but no matter what, truly I'm a born sinner that only gets my salvation through my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Now boom, this one on my wrist, y'all saw that one. That John says, every saint has a past, every sinner has a future, every loser has to win, every winner has to lose. The first part, every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. Nobody's perfect. Every loser has to win, every winner has to lose. It's pretty much saying that there's a process and things, like it's a process. It's pretty much trust the process. Because if you constantly lose, eventually you're gonna get that win. And you gotta also understand on the flip side of that, if you constantly win, it's gonna eventually, you're gonna have to lose. Even the best fighters, obviously Floyd Mayweather, them, they undefeated right now. But think about it, before they actually went professional, when they were growing up probably sparring, they had to lose to get that experience to become a winner. So it's pretty much trust the process. But I'm gonna finish up these stretches and then we're gonna go ahead and go into the squats now. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into these squats right here. Whew. That was a good set. But this Bowflex machine is crazy. You can literally do anything on that joint. Shout out to my dad for making the investment. I wish I could get him out here more. But I guess that can be my topic, since it just came to my mind. Wanting to motivate others. Something that I've learned is that you can want to help somebody all you want, but they gotta want to help themselves. And that's kind of a struggle I have sometimes. So I be feeling like I can just help everybody. I kind of get upset with myself when they choose not to take that help and they just continue doing what they're doing. But I just gotta realize that I can't make the decision for them. They gotta make the decision for themselves. But with legs and back today, I feel like this might be more of a chiller day. I ain't gonna say it's a chiller day, but it's a more simplistic day. Because most of the time I have 3 different muscle groups I work out, but today it's just those 2. So I'm gonna add some more weight to these squats though. Probably can just put everything on there, because these bands, they got some good resistance, but it's not like having actual weight on like a barbell. So like, you can definitely feel the resistance at the top part though. But I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the second set as soon as I get this on here. All right, let's go. Okay. After this, I'm gonna have leg extensions, but I'm gonna do one more set of that. One more set of this. I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the leg extensions now. All right, now we got some quad extensions. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. My phone down. I actually might do these one leg at a time to switch it up. Yeah. Now I do both legs. Ooh. That was a good set. That was a good set. That was a good set. I really gotta start pre-planning my conversations. A story time. I guess I could do somewhat of a story time. Well, I'm gonna do a story time. I'm gonna do a story time on my first time working out. Cause it's crazy. I vividly remember my first time working out. So, my first time like really working out was 8th grade year, and I told y'all before that I didn't start playing football until my freshman year of high school. But I made the decision that I wanted to play football the first 9 weeks of my 8th grade year. And what actually happened was like, I went to the 8th grade football game. So I pretty much was watching all my friends play football. I'm like, dang, I want to try playing football. So like, that same week I tried to get on the football team in 8th grade, but the coach was like, nah, it's too late. And it makes sense, it definitely was too late. But even though it was too late for me to start joining the football team then, I started already looking towards the future. And that's when I got my first start doing my first workouts. But I'll tell y'all a story about that in a second. Let's get the second set out of the way. Alternate legs this time. Oh man, switch legs. Got both legs. But yeah, to continue with the story. So yeah, I started working out 8th grade year, so I could start preparing for my 9th grade year. And I still got all these workouts still saved in my phone, which is crazy. Because the app I use, it was like Gymshark. I still use that app, and it still save all your past workouts. So I still got this workout all the way from like 2019, I think. But I was very inexperienced. Yeah, inexperienced. So my first day working out, I remember I pretty much did every muscle, but I did it to like the max fatigue. Like, I pushed it way too hard for my first day. And I remember my biceps. Like going to school and my arms like stuck like this. Like I couldn't extend my arm all the way open because my biceps were so sore. And I remember 8th grade year, my social studies teacher, Coach Lee, He saw me like struggling to open my arms. He was like, "What's wrong?" Like I started working out, and I remember he helped me. He was like stretching my arms out, like helping me stretch in class. That man was fire. Shout out Coach Lee. But yeah, um, after these leg extensions, we got lying hamstring curls, which will also be on this Bowflex machine. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my last set of this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut to that now. All right, these lying hamstring curls. I'm gonna go ahead and do this first set, and then move into the next combo. But it's kind of hard with these because normally you're supposed to lie it all the way on your stomach, but with that too, I don't know, I better do all that. You have to go like this. Oh, okay. Jeez. The next topic I was going to hop on was something that I just recently bought. And what I recently just bought was like if you know what Ancestry is, it's like a thing that you can buy a DNA kit and you pretty much send them like something with your DNA on it, and then they'll be able to tell you your heritage and like what part of the world you're like originally from or something like that. But yeah, I just recently bought that because it was on discount. Normally the DNA kit be like $100, but it was 60% off, so it was only $40. So that was the perfect time to get it. I got the idea of purchasing that joint when I went to the country of Panama. Because when I went to the country of Panama, the way they explained it is the country of Panama, any race or ethnicity can go to Panama and get away as being a civilian or being a citizen of the country, because like throughout the years there was so much traveling going on through Panama. Hopefully I can remember everything. But first, obviously before Christopher Columbus explored this joint, it was the Native Americans all up in Panama. But then when Christopher Columbus came to North America, he landed like on the Latin America area, and that's where Panama is. So that brought in Europeans and stuff like that. And then later on with the slave trade, that brought in a lot of just Africans into that Latin America, Panama area. And then they explained that with the gold rush, that brought people from pretty much all over the world into that region, because obviously the gold rush was like in California and stuff. But Panama, that's why the Panama Canal is the smallest slither of land between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. So that was mainly used for like, even before they had the canal there, that was used for trading and stuff. So that obviously brought in like just a whole bunch more ethnicities and race of people. So anyways, to get on to the point where I was making, when I went to the country of Panama, somebody asked me if they asked me if I was Ethiopian. And I was like, I don't know if I'm Ethiopian or not, but I know my grandfather was part Jamaican. And that's what I told him. But after that, I was like, dang, could I be? I don't know. So I was really curious into buying an Ancestry DNA kit. But my cousin advised me, shout out Darren, advised me to wait for like a holiday or something, or some type of event, and it would be on discount. And that's exactly what happened. I don't even know what holiday them passed, like within the last couple days, but that joint was on discount. So I copped that joint. But I'm definitely interested in what that it's gonna say I'm from. That's something I just recently bought. But let's go ahead and get the second set of these lion hamstring curls up out the way. Oh man, this bar up in the way. So just move it. No, I'm gonna leave it there now. That's all I got in me. But what do we have next after this? So I'll go ahead and let y'all know what we're gonna jump into. Next we got RDLs, which stands for Romanian deadlifts. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this last set of hamstring curls, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to that now. All right, now we got RDLs. And something funny I wanted to mention about the countries around that time, whenever I really started thinking about like Ethiopia and Jamaica and stuff, I was like, dang, where Jamaica really at? I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all. I always thought Jamaica was in Africa. Like around that time, that's when I realized that it was like an island off like by like Latin America, but I did not know that. But let's go ahead and get the first set of RDLs about the way. With these, you gotta make sure you keep your back somewhat like upright, because if you let your back bend, you can definitely hurt yourself. So these RDLs are supposed to really target your hamstrings and your glutes. And it's gonna target somewhere of your lower back, but it shouldn't be like to a severe standard. Like you're gonna feel it a little bit, but it's not supposed to be a lot. But yeah, hamstrings. Then after this, we're gonna go into like an elevated single leg squat. It's not pistol squats, but you just see what it is. I feel like those will definitely help me with my hops. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these next two sets of these out the way. But y'all gonna cut to the next quad workout. All right, now we got these elevated single leg little squat joints. I've seen some on Instagram that looks very cool, but I'm gonna talk about it in a second after this set. Don't fall. Definitely like those. I feel like those gonna give me some hops for sure. But what I seen on Instagram was a new game that some of my old high school buddies just made, and that jump looked fire. They call it hanging hole. That jump looked fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's definitely game, and they said plan on replacing darts. Shout out John Morris and John Allen. That was an amazing idea. That jump was fire. But yeah, I definitely love seeing stuff like that when people have a goal and actually go take the steps to try to achieve it, bro. I like that. I like that. That jump definitely look fire. Shout out them too. But like I said, these jumps right here, it's kind of like, I feel like these help out with your hops, because like that single leg step up like that, like you stepping up single leg, that's kind of like your, what they call it, the penultimate step whenever you're jumping. So that's definitely something I'm trying to work on with these right here. I said I'm gonna say this in that video. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm what's after this? I think after this the last leg workout until we cut to start doing some back. Actually, no, it's not. We got one more thing, which is called weighted swings. Normally it's called kettlebell swings, but I don't got a kettlebell. So I'm just gonna call them weighted swings. That really works on your hip flexors right there. And that's help with explosiveness too. And I'll explain that whenever I get to it. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut to that now, but I'm gonna still do these next 2 sets of this. All right, next we got these weighted swings. I said I wanted to explain how this helps with like jumping. So say if you're a 2-foot jumper and you take your steps and you go down and you shoot up. Take your 2 steps and you shoot up. Whenever you shoot up like that, your hips are like going through a fast motion of like, how I want to explain it. Your hips are going through like a fast motion of projecting you up. So with these weighted swings, you pretty much got the weight in your hand, you swinging it, but you're controlling it, and it's pretty much firing your hips and strengthening your hip inductors. Is that what's called, hip inductors? I think that's what it's called. But anyways, let's go ahead and get the first setup on up out the way. Hopefully these clips don't fall off. I put 2 of them on there. We used to do these a lot at football alongside with power clean, because that's pretty much the same thing. Like these swinging forward and power clean, pretty much same thing of like trying to fire your hips forward to give you that explosiveness. With football, it's really not, well, it's with jumping too, but with football, it's more with trying to make tackles, because when you make a tackle, you put your arms back and exploding towards the defender. So it's pretty much explosiveness, which is working on. But where's my phone at? I done lost my phone. Oh, never mind. After this, this is the last thing we got before we head in the back. So I'm gonna finish these last 2 sets of this, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut the back now. All right, the first back exercise we got today is like these kind of one-handed like cross body lat rows. I'll show y'all what they look like. But these target your lats. I ain't gonna lie to you, these is my first time doing this on this Bowflex machine, but I ain't gonna lie, these jumps feel perfect. These jumps feel amazing. Yeah. Squeeze the lats at the bottom. I ain't gonna tell you, I ain't really supposed to be working out with these new tattoos, but the guy at the place said I could continue working out. It's just I'll likely have to come back in like a couple weeks for like some touch-ups. But the touch-ups are free there, so hey, can't complain. So I might as well keep working out. I definitely don't want to mess up this little consistency I got at the moment. But yeah, get on Instagram. First thing I see is David Goggins. David Goggins. That could be the next conversation. Kind of like the mindset that he has. And I mentioned the high school coach I had, like was it the first bill or second bill? But I said David Goggins and Coach Ellis. I can somewhat speak on the mindset they have and kind of how at least Coach Ellis has influenced me. So, you know, David Goggins was like a Navy SEAL that was overweight, but his what's it called? I don't know what's specifically called, but his sergeant was like, you gotta cut a certain amount of weight within like a few days or something. And he pretty much ended up doing what everybody doubted him, and pretty much shifted his whole mindset into like fighting through any pain or any fear. I see a spider, but it is what it is. But that mindset is definitely needed in some aspects, because like I said yesterday with the discipline versus motivation, gotta stay disciplined because motivation ain't 24/7. Now, how Coach Ellis somewhat implemented that into us players on the football field. Coach Ellis pulled up my junior year of high school, which is the year I came back from football after I quit sophomore year. So when he pulled up, I was pulling up pretty much the same time, and he pretty much shifted everything positively. He like switched the whole team mindset of like, we don't get tired, we fight to the end. Like our team name is the Trojans, and he really showed us what it's meant to be a Trojan. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the second set out the way, but after that I'll explain some more. Oh. Ooh. But yeah, to continue, some of the stuff that he implemented was no hands on your hips. At first we could have our hands on our head, but like further down, there no hands on our head, no hands on our hip. He would say, stand up like a man, stand up straight like a man. So it's like, even though you're tired, you gotta have that mindset of no matter what, I'm gonna stand up straight. And then what else is it? He taught us attention to detail. And that was like a big thing, because the details are everything. You practice how you play, so if you practicing and the details aren't there at practice, whenever you play, the details not gonna be there when you play. So attention to detail, that was something big, because that's like, at the moment we feel like he was getting on to the whole team over small inconveniences, but in the long run, like I said, my senior year was our best year. Boy, best year in a while. We went 13-1. So those attention to detail topics really paid off at the end. But I got one more set of these, and then I'm gonna go into some pullovers. but I'm gonna try to switch it up. I did pullovers, or is it on day one, which was Tuesday, but now I'm gonna do pullovers a different way today and just see how I feel. So I'm gonna cut to that now. All right, like I said, we're gonna do these pullovers, but I'm gonna do it a little bit different than I did the other day. I feel like these will be, I'll be able to feel it more like this, but I don't know, let's try it out. We're gonna see. I might have to screw up something like this. I do feel that much more, but I definitely gotta up the weight as well though. Might be because I'm standing up and being so close, that's not really that much resistance at the beginning. Let me see that though. Now let's see how this jump feel now. There we go. These also target your lats. That was a good set. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got these, some reverse flies, and then pull-ups. I bet I'ma just let this workout roll on. But I'm gonna get the second set of this, but after this, we're gonna get into the reverse flies. I'm gonna go ahead and get the second set now. Whew. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the next exercise now. The first two back exercises we did kind of focused more on the lats and somewhat lower back, but these reverse flies are gonna target more of the upper back. So let's go ahead and get this first set out of the way of these. Mine there, yeah. I did these yesterday whenever I did the lateral raise complex, but now I'm just focusing on the last movement, which target more of the upper back. Just to show y'all what I mean by the upper back, I'll let y'all see in the next clip. All right, now let me show y'all what I was talking about. Y'all be able to see whenever I squeeze that it's like the muscles activated on more in the upper back. Let's say, let go. Hopefully that was a better visual representation, but I'm gonna do one more set of this, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut the pull-ups now. Last thing we got, pull-ups. Y'all see, no, y'all can't see Blue. Blue, watch out now, you ain't finna get up on the ball with me. Yeah, last thing we got is some pull-ups. Let's go ahead and try to knock some of these out. Blue, close the door on me. But this is pretty much getting towards the end of the video. I appreciate y'all for watching to the end, and hope you all have a blessed day, night, morning, whatever time y'all watching this. And peace out.